can't just jump down here. I have to fight this guy. You probably just, yeah, wait till he attacks and then we attack him back. Because if you charge that up, you go slower and it means he's more likely going to hit you. And we don't want that to happen. Nice. Can I do anything with this? No? Nothing? Why do you let me interact with this if I can't do anything with it? Oh wait, I can... Well... Huh. Wait, what was... What? Wait, so if I do it this way, it actually does something with it? But is there anything up there? Like, I can't even look up there. Okay, that's kind of weird. So you can just interact with that for like no reason at all. I wonder if there was actually going to be more to that and like they just cut it out of the game. Because that seems like there should have been something there, you know. Okay. Somebody doesn't want me dead. I'm alive. I was about to say someone doesn't want me dead, but he clearly said the word kill, so... Okay. Can I flipendo? There we go. Ah, so when they like... So when they stand still, they automatically become invincible for no reason. That's strange. That sword was pretty long. I wouldn't have wanted to get hit by that. That seemed like an attack with that would have a lot of range. Hello. Okay, Harry, you do what you want to do. As long as you're getting up the ledge, I'm not complaining. Oh, hello. We've got a lot of these things. The game just like really just wanted to throw all of these at you like right here, didn't it? I mean, we have seen quite a few throughout the game, but it's like so many. Look at all those Eggman's robots. Okay, we're gonna want to do this potion. Although going through that door will probably heal us anyway, but you know, whatever. They did last time. But better to be safe and get the potion. That's what I'm doing. So like, come to me. It's like, well, don't make it so hard. If you want me there, then just tell all your friends to go away and let the platforms be risen straight away.
Ginny! Ginny! Don't be dead! Please wake up!
She's alive, but only just. Ginny's been writing in the diary for months, pouring out her soul. And as she did, I grew stronger, until I had enough power to start pouring a little of my soul back into her. Ginny Weasley opened the Chamber of Secrets. She daubed threatening messages on the walls and set the serpent of Slytherin on the Mudbloods and Filch's cat. I'm afraid Ginny told me all about you, Harry. So I decided to show you my famous capture of that great oaf, Hagrid, to gain your trust. One day I hoped to lead another in my footsteps, to finish the work of Salazar Slytherin. I knew you were on the trail of Slytherin's heir, so I led Ginny down here to wait.
Tom Riddle was my filthy, non-magical father's name. Do you see it yet, Harry?
I am Lord Voldemort, and now, Harry, I am going to teach you a little lesson. Speak to me, Slytherin, greatest of the Hogwarts Four!
So yeah, the Phoenix, which was Hagrid's Phoenix, blinded the Basilisk, and now we've got to do a little, kind of like a wizard duel. It's kind of like the snake fight that we had earlier. Just, you know, a little bit harder. And of course, the Tom Riddle is Voldemort and everything. I assume the game's going to explain some more stuff later on in the cutscene, but it should be pretty obvious if I say it now anyway. But obviously Tom Riddle isn't actually, like, really there. The series gets more into it as it gets, like, later on into the series, but... So yeah, we get the sword from the Phoenix, and then we use that on the Basilisk. It's a little bit different than what I thought it would be, though. I never actually remembered it being... Honestly, I didn't really remember this part of the fight all that much. I remember the first bit. So yeah, with the swords, you basically, the only button you can press is the X button, and the X button makes you block, and then you can block this little beam that comes towards you, and then you can move this little laser thing, or venom thing, and you try and point it at his teeth. It's a little bit awkward. It's kind of weird, like you have a sword, but the only thing you can do is block with it. Why didn't they just send us the mirror shield? If it won't stop, there will be no future for us. Yeah, this isn't really hard, like in the slightest. It's just pretty tedious. Like, look at how much health he's lost out of all of what we've done. It's so awkward to control, actually. It feels like there should be more to do. And I feel like Ginny should be, like, actually dead with the amount of poison that's been hitting her right about now. For whatever reason, when you press the deflect button, Harry Potter automatically moves forward during that section. It's kind of weird. Oh, he moves forward during this section. It's like he's sucking you in, actually. So I think it's because of the boss. Hello. In a way, though, I guess this makes this fight more magical, because one problem I've had with the Chamber of Secrets, like this fight in the film, is that Harry literally like just stabs this sword into his mouth, and then that's kind of it. He waves it around a couple of times, but then he stabs it through his mouth. But like that does, the fact that he does that affects his teeth, and see, I don't really want to explain it because it's going to happen in the cutscene right afterwards. But in a way, it felt a little bit weird. Like, obviously it makes sense the sword was magical, but it felt weird that it wasn't really doing too many magical things. There is one magical thing, and it goes to those who seek it. So, oh, we got one of his teeth. So the reason that Harry gets the sword is because the sword wants Harry to have it, you know? And that's like the main magical thing about it. But there is a bit more than that. But, I mean, it never came across as this magical, is my point, basically. Like, deflecting laser beams. It's like the opposite of Link's sword. In Zelda, you have a sword that shoots laser beams, but in this one you have a sword that deflects laser beams. Go on, stab his head, come on. And that was the final boss. And we're back to our good old friend, Mr. Book.
There was silence. Silence except for the steady drip, drip of ink still oozing from the diary. The basilisk venom had burnt a sizzling hole right through it. Shaking all over, Harry pulled himself up. His head was spinning as though he'd travelled miles by flue powder. Ginny drew a great shuddering gasp.
It was me, Harry, but I swear I didn't mean to. Riddle made me. He took me over.
Harry told her that it was all right, that Riddle and the basilisk were finished.
Come on, Ginny, let's get out of here.
They were flying upwards, and before he'd stopped enjoying the ride, it was over. All three of them were hitting the wet floor of Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Harry told them everything. He told them about hearing the disembodied voice, how Hermione had finally realized that he was hearing a basilisk in the pipes, how Aragog had told him where the last victim of the basilisk had died, how he had guessed that Moaning Myrtle had been the victim, and that the entrance to the basilisk's lair, the Chamber of Secrets, might be in her bathroom. Professor Dumbledore explained that 50 years ago, Lord Voldemort, as a 16-year-old Tom Riddle, had enchanted his diary, and that diary had enchanted Ginny. Later, Harry managed to release Dobby from the slavery of Lucius Malfoy, for it was Lucius Malfoy who had planted Tom Riddle's diary on the hapless Ginny Weasley. And as for Harry, well, once again he truly was the boy who lived.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
Finally, let's see who will win this year's House Cup. Ravenclaw? Hufflepuff? Slytherin.
Yeah, we've definitely beat them.
Gryffindor. Gryffindor are in the lead on house points. Gryffindor.
Well, was that it? It was just go Gryffindor, and then it didn't say anything after that. That was weird. And I believe this is the credits now. That was the end of the game. That's kind of a weird way to just end it there. I feel like they should have had the credits after the book, and then after the credits have the house points, I guess. Oh well. So that's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. After all these years, I still actually quite like this game. I felt like I used to like it a lot more than I liked it now, but it's still definitely like a fun game, and like that's the most important thing in my opinion. The pictures here are actually pictures of the developers that made the game, I think. Or at least the faces. I don't actually know. Yeah. Overall, not a bad game, you know. It's definitely it definitely could be a bit better, but it improves a lot from the first Harry Potter game, and I feel like as a whole it just is a fun experience. And if you haven't played this game, I would recommend it. If you've played the PS2 games, then obviously don't expect like that type of quality, you know. It is a PS1 game after all, but it's still a perfectly fine game, and there's a lot to this game that I just really like. Obviously the Quidditch is still in this game, which was in the first game, and as you know, I like the Quidditch. But they also added the duels, and I feel like the duels are probably the most fun part in the game. They're a bit easy, but it's something that I quite like, and I feel like they should really have... I mean, they might have already done it in a future game, and I just don't know, but I don't think that's the case. I feel like they should have like a multiplayer part in a Harry Potter game where you do 2 players, or maybe even 4 players, and there's bloody gnomes. And obviously you can duel your friends. Like, that would be pretty cool. Like, they had a Quidditch game based on it, so why not, you know, dueling? Got Harry, Ron and Hermione just chilling out over here. Well, Harry's just like staring right at us, but Ron and Hermione are kind of doing their own thing. Well, Ron's kind of admiring Hermione, which I mean makes sense. So yeah, I'm not done with the game yet though. There are still some other stuff we can do. We need to get the rest of the wizard cards basically, and we've also got the dueling to do. We also have to go back to Lockhart and see what his reward was if we get an A rank on that. So, see how we can get into doing that. Then I believe there's Quidditch as well, which opens up. But I mean, I think it's kind of the same as the first game though. I'm not too sure if I'm going to show that off. I might do, maybe. And I think that's about it. As for the other Harry Potter games and the Harry Potter series, I've already explained which ones I've played and whatnot. I wouldn't mind doing the others as Let's Plays. I don't really know which one I'd want to do next though, because it seems a bit redundant playing Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets again. But at the same time, I kind of want to play Philosopher's Stone again, because I played the GameCube version years and years ago, and I really, really liked that game. But I don't actually own that game anymore, and I did emulate it not that long ago, and I still really enjoyed it. I didn't play through the whole thing because the emulator was glitching out on some of the stuff for whatever reason. But I remember really enjoying the game. I remembered enjoying pretty much every Harry Potter game I played except for the Goblet of Fire. But from what I remember, Goblet of Fire wasn't really bad, it was just different. It wasn't like you couldn't free roam around Hogwarts is the difference. It was more like level select type thing, and that's the issue I had with it. I don't know, I haven't played the game in ages though. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'd either jump to Philosopher's Stone on the GameCube or the Prisoner of Azkaban on the GameCube. I think that game's on the GameCube. I used to have it on the PS2, and I think I do still have it, but it might my brother might have it, like, because it's not in my collection. It might be in my brother's. I'm not sure. But I would probably want to buy the game on the GameCube, to be honest. Because I just really like the GameCube. I like having games on the GameCube now. As I was growing up, I liked getting it on the PS2. And then when I got a GameCube, I just liked the GameCube a lot. But when I went back to the GameCube, like, yeah, a little while later, well, when I went to buy games, I just wanted to get them on the GameCube. My best example I could think of is like Sonic Heroes, because Sonic Heroes is better on the GameCube than it was on the PS2. I think that might have been the reason why I started to stick more to GameCube games. But I mean, I don't think the port of Harry Potter on the PS2 is bad though. I think it's the same as the GameCube. I think the only ones with issues were the Sonic games. Now that I think about it. But who knows? How long are these credits going to be? It hasn't even got very interesting music. It's got kind of interesting visuals because you're going around Hogwarts and we've got like different characters appearing. In terms of Harry Potter like games though, it's not going to be the next thing I'm going to play. Not actually sure what the next Let's Play is going to be at this point. There's a lot of games that I want to do, but I don't know where in the upload schedule this is going to be. So the next game could be Spyro 2. Spyro 2 is definitely coming this year. It's just I don't know if it's right after this game or if I've got another game after this and then it's Spyro 2. We'll see. I want to get Spyro 2 when it's almost close to the Reignited trilogy.